Too much iron will really put you at risk for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancer, heart disease, because iron can create a lot of oxidative stress. Too much oxidation without having the buffer, which is the antioxidant networks. You can get antioxidants from food and supplements, but your body makes antioxidants. In fact, that's way more important than the antioxidants from the food.
There's a reason why people are aging a lot faster than they should be. Most people think wrinkles, gray hair, and fatigue are all just part of getting older. What if one of the biggest drivers of aging is hiding inside of your own body right now? A silent buildup of something that could literally be rusting you from the inside out. Doctors don't always talk about it, but research shows it can damage your brain, your heart, and even shorten your lifespan. The surprising part, it's not sugar, it's not cholesterol. It's none of these things which you've heard often. It's actually iron. Once you understand how excess iron accelerates aging, and more importantly, how to manage it, you'll see why this could be one of the most overlooked anti-aging hacks available. We'll be going over that soon. So here's the big idea. Iron is essential for life. That's understood. But in excess, it becomes toxic. Too much iron doesn't just sit quietly in your body. It reacts with natural compounds, creating powerful oxidative stress, something which you might have heard of. That means damage to your DNA, your cells, and your mitochondria, the engines that power your energy. If left unchecked, excess iron has been linked in scientific studies to conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, heart disease, and even cancer growth. But here's the empowering part. Once you know about it, there are proven ways to keep your iron balanced, protect your body, and slow down the aging process. Why excess iron is a problem. Think about iron in a frying pan. Leave it out in the rain and it rusts. That same rusting process, called oxidation, can happen inside our tissues when iron builds up. Your body naturally produces hydrogen peroxide, which your immune system uses to fight microbes. But here's the catch. When there's too much iron around, it reacts violently with the hydrogen peroxide, creating a storm of damage to DNA, membranes, and mitochondria. That means cells age faster, organs age faster, and the whole body begins to show signs of premature wear and tear, the body's natural iron control systems. The good news is, your body isn't defenseless. About 70% of your iron lives in hemoglobin, carrying oxygen through your blood. Another 10% is stored in ferritin, a special protein that locks iron away safely until needed. Even more impressive, every 120 days, your body recycles red blood cells, carefully reusing the iron. But when this delicate system is overwhelmed, say by aging, inflammation, or constant intake of fortified foods, iron starts building up in tissues where it doesn't belong. And that's when the trouble begins. How iron accumulates over time. There are several reasons this problem becomes more common as we get older. Aging itself. We simply collect more iron with each passing decade. Iron fortification in foods. Many breads, cereals, and flours are artificially enriched with iron. This practice began nearly a century ago, but for many people, it may now contribute to overload. Chronic infections or inflammation. These can lock iron in tissues, causing an imbalance. Intense exercise. While exercise is healthy, heavy training creates more oxidative stress, which means the body has to work harder to defend against excess iron damage. And here's the interesting part. You might still feel tired, even with high iron, because your red blood cells can actually become deficient while tissues are overloaded. It's like iron is in the wrong place at the wrong time. The real health risks. Research has linked excess iron to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, where iron-driven oxidative stress accelerates brain cell damage. Heart disease. Iron buildup fuels inflammation and oxidative stress in arteries. Cancer. Cancer cells can thrive in iron-rich environments, using it as fuel for rapid growth. This isn't fringe science. Multiple peer-reviewed studies over decades confirm the connection between iron overload and these chronic diseases. Solutions. Practical steps. So what can you do to keep your iron balanced? Let's break it down. Step 1. Limit unnecessary iron intake. Avoid multivitamins or supplements that contain iron unless specifically prescribed. Be mindful of heavily fortified foods like white bread, cereals, and refined grain products. Step 2. Strengthen your antioxidant network. Your body's own antioxidant systems are actually more powerful than what you get from diet alone, and they're built from protein and key minerals. Protein is critical. As we age, we need even more high-quality protein to maintain antioxidant defenses. Red meat provides glutamine, an amino acid that supports these networks. Copper, zinc, manganese, magnesium, and selenium all play a role in balancing iron and supporting antioxidants. Copper especially is important.
Mae West said too much of a good thing is wonderful, but she was thinking about sex, not micronutrients, particularly for metals, because calcium and magnesium are one above the other on the periodic table. Magnesium is here and calcium's here. And they're similar kind of molecules. And it's hard, so there are a lot of calcium-dependent proteins and a lot of magnesium-dependent proteins. Well, nature cares about the ratio. You can put in too much calcium and cause magnesium shortages and vice versa. But we tend to be short of both of them. So I think we shouldn't sell calcium pills. We should sell calcium magnesium pills. And same thing, everybody says they're getting too much salt. That's sodium chloride. But partly we're not getting enough potassium. Potassium comes from veggies and bananas and fruit and all these things. And you really want to get enough potassium because the body cares about the sodium-potassium ratio.
An imbalance of too much iron and too little copper is a common modern issue. Great sources: shellfish, organ meats like liver, sunflower seeds, and even dark chocolate. Just choose low sugar options. Other lifestyle factors like alcohol, smoking, pollution, and junk food drain your antioxidant reserves, making iron overload even more dangerous. Step 3. Support iron removal. This is where things get practical. Blood donation. Many people report feeling better after donating blood, and one reason could be lowering iron stores.
And then there's also a lot of people that when they donate blood, man, do they feel better. Well, that would be a perfect indication that you have too much iron.
Natural compounds. Quercetin, found in onions. Curcumin, found in turmeric. Tannins, in black tea. Melatonin, boosted naturally by infrared light, which is a big part of sunlight. Lactoferrin, a protein found in raw dairy products that binds iron, keeping it in check. Supplements also exist, but food sources are best. Checking your levels. One of the most overlooked but powerful blood markers is ferritin. Next time you get blood work, ask your doctor to include it. Ferritin reflects your body's iron storage. Ideally, you want this number to be as low as possible within the healthy range. It's a simple step that can give you critical insight into whether iron overload might be affecting your health.
The hemoglobin storage, you can pretty much look at that as a very large bowl, okay, that stores iron. And then you have ferritin, which is like a teacup, like 10%. And ferritin is supposed to be inside your tissue, where it can protect you against this free iron and control when it's released. When you see high levels of ferritin in the blood, recycling your red blood cells every 120 days, and it's creating new red blood cells. And so you have this incredibly efficient recycling system. It's recycling iron, and you have all these different mechanisms and proteins involved in transporting iron, protecting iron, because iron can be very reactive. And the other problem is your body doesn't want to have too much free iron because certain pathogens, microbes, can eat iron. Infections love the iron and they will steal iron for their fuel. Our bodies don't want that, so we tend to hold this iron and keep it in a safe place. And what can happen because of this dysfunctional iron is your poor red blood cells can't get the iron, yet we have way too much iron in the tissues. And unfortunately, iron increases the growth of cancer.
If you're finding this video helpful, I've linked another video over here where I talk about other ways in which you can improve your health. Be sure to check that one out after this one. Now, not everyone will need to take the same steps. For men and postmenopausal women, iron tends to accumulate more easily since there is no monthly blood loss. For vegetarians or vegans, the risk is often the opposite, low iron. But iron supplements can still create tissue imbalances, so it's important to get tested rather than guess. For athletes, antioxidant support is even more important due to oxidative stress from intense training. In other words, personalizing your approach through testing and lifestyle choices makes this strategy even more powerful. Here's the workflow I recommend. Get your ferritin checked. Know your baseline. Remove unnecessary iron sources from supplements and fortified foods. Build antioxidant strength with protein and trace minerals. If needed, use safe removal strategies like blood donation or dietary compounds. Recheck levels over time. This isn't a one-time fix. It's about creating balance and protecting your body for the long run. So here's the takeaway. Iron is essential, but too much can age you faster than you realize. By being aware, testing your ferritin, and supporting your body's natural defenses, you can keep iron in balance and protect your health for years to come. Your action step: next time you're at the doctor's, ask for a ferritin test. It's a small step that can make a huge difference. Make sure to subscribe for more practical, science-backed strategies to live longer and stronger. Until next time, take care of your body and it will take care of you.